Today we need to replace this. What is it and where you can find it on Airbus A320 I'll show you in a minute. So let's take a look at it. This device is called lighted icing indicator, and yeah, the purpose I guess is quite clear from the name. You can find it over here in between windshields. It is here, and it is here to tell pilots that they are flying to icing condition. And how they know that they're flying through this condition? That ice start to build up on this indicator. So you will see ice building up somewhere over here. But what if they fly through the icing condition during night? How they will find out that there is ice buildup on this indicator? And for that, Airbus has also answer. Inside you can find the LED, and pilots can switch it on from the cockpit, and thanks to this light inside they'll be able to see if ice is building up on this indicator. Additionally, as option, you can have these ice detectors installed on the Airbus A320. You have two of them. This is one on the right and this one is on the left. They're mounted on the nose of the airplane, and during flight they vibrate axially at its natural frequency of 40 kilohertz. And once ice start to build up on this ice detector, it will naturally slow down the vibration thanks to mass. And thanks to that, ice detector inform the crew that they are flying to the ice condition. And after this detection, internal elements start to heat up the ice detector to melt the ice, and that way ice detector will be ready for detection of the next icing condition. We are actually halfway there. The new sensor is already here, but we'll get to it a little bit later on. The important thing is that once a pilot sits in his position, he naturally sees the indicator, which is over here. And doesn't matter if you sit on the first officer or on the captain seat, you always see the indicator. And yeah, quite interesting thing are these three balls. If you sit and you adjust your seat to position that you don't see the white ball, that means that you sit in the correct position to reach all components, all controls. So this is Airbus way of thinking about the configuration. So just off the topic, but yeah, this is what it is good for. And the light or switch for this indicator is over here. And as you can see, there is ice indicator and standby compass. But what is the compass? Because regulation says that compass need to be visible, but if you look around, you don't see it. On Airbus A320, it is hidden over here. Here is our standby compass. And this is also nice and clever design of Airbus, because once you don't need it, and 99.9% you will never use it, you just retract it and the cockpit looks much cleaner like this. That was a bit about the layout, and now we're going to install everything back. But since you didn't saw that, I will start from beginning. So let's go.
And as always, first thing first, I need to pull CB, which powers the light for the indicator. And then we can start with removal of the panels. First thing first, we need to remove one, which covers part of the glare shield, and it holds thanks to a few bayonet screws, so it's easy to remove. Then we need to remove panel, which covers the central structure part between the windshields, and it holds on the place thanks to two screws, so it's not that hard to remove it. But once you pull it out, you need to be careful, because on it you can find one drain tube. Purpose of it, I'll explain a bit later. As the next we need to cut tie wraps, which holds the cable in the place. After that we can disconnect cables of the indicator from the splices. And in this case, remember the position is quite easy because the cables from the indicator are color coded and the cables which comes from the airplane side are marked with the letters. And finally we can remove the indicator, and for that we need two persons. So Tomáš outside will gonna rotate the indicator and I'll just hold the nut until it get loose completely. Under that we can find one washer, and once I have it in my hand, Tomáš can pull the sensor out, and that's more or less it about removal. And now we need to prepare new indicator. And what does it mean to prepare it? The indicator comes only with the two long cables, which we need to shorten to length which we need, and then we need to install the new contacts on it. And that means that it's time for ESPM. And first thing first, we need to assemble crimping pliers. And first thing is to find the correct head for our pin, install it on the pliers, and of course then set position on the selector, also based on the ESPM for our pin. And since everything is correctly set, I can place contact on the wire, check through the control hole if I see the wire, and then I can finally crimp it. And since this is part of the training to gain my B2 license, it need to be of course inspected by Tomáš, which is certified B1 and B2. And now the second wire with which we need to do the same thing, which means install the contact on the cable, then we need to crimp it, and of course it needs to be inspected by Tomáš. And as the next we can proceed with installation, and that means that we need to apply sealant on the indicator. And then we can place it on position. Good. And then we can install washer and nut on it and tie it. And in the end, of course, torque it.
Good.
And during removal we find out that one of the brackets which hold the drain tube is detached. So our composite guys came to save us.
You record everything for the investigators.
Yes, because there was not enough epoxy.
Yeah, sure. That's always true. It can hold the wings.
Yeah.
Look at the 787.
Yes. Resin. Bit of carbon fiber and
Yeah. Živica.
bit of fabric and živica. Eh?
Yeah.
And we can install the pins, which means that we need to use insert tool, B on B. Yes. And red on A. Yes. It holds in. That's important. And now we can tie wrap it. As you can see, the bracket holds, which is important. Now, we need to secure it against the structure. Good, that's one, and one more down here. Good. Actually, we can perform the test of the light. So we can close all CVs and yeah, then we can switch on the airplane and test the light indicator. Okay, we can close the CB now and switch on the ice indicator, and let's see now. So just to show you, see, the light is on. It's not very bright, but you know, during night you don't need that much. So this is when it is on, and this is where it is when it is off. See, there is no light. So this is the difference. And by the way, even as a pilot, you don't really see this panel out. So what you can see over here, of course, this is display unit below, but here you have the Viper motor. There is your rain repellent nozzle, this one. This is heating connection for the windshield, this over here, and you have the same equipment also on the right side. So connector for heating, rain repellent, and as well windshield wiper motor. Something else to see? No, not really. So yeah, this is how it looks behind this panel. Quite nice and compact, right? Good. So we can start with the installation of the panels. And yeah, by the way, this is a drain. I'll find a panel. So this draining tube is here that in case of any condense came from above of the overhead panel or from the ground, this water or this moisture will be lead down here, and then it will be collected thanks to let's say this section, and from there it will lead down away from the computers, away from the display units, because of course moisture and electric equipment doesn't really go along together, right? So yeah, this is about it. We can install everything back.
And as a first we need to install drain tube into the panel, and then we need to secure it on the place thanks to the screws. And to install the bottom one is really painful, and sometimes you need to help yourself with technology, like in this case, because the hole is sometimes really hard to find. Once it sits, I can tighten it, and then we install the screw on the top. And after inspection of the area, we can install the panel, which covers top part of the glare shield. And I forgot that I didn't show you the second function of the switch, so we'll test the background light of the Compass. As you can see, it works. We can close it, switch off the light. And that's more or less it, so now we can perform the paperwork.
This is all about icing indicator. As you can see, very simple solution, which works. As always guys, I would like to ask you to don't use this as a replacement for a maintenance manual, but always use latest documentation released by manufacturer. Big thanks to Austrian Airlines that they let me record all these videos for you. Big thanks to my colleague Tomáš for his guidance during this task. Big thanks to each and everybody who watch my videos, and especially to members. That's all from my side. My name is Tomáš, this was Maintenance with Zeto, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.